Hello everyone, my name's Shannon.
And I'm Marie, and we're here today at the 2016 Broadcom Masters Science and Engineering Project Showcase in Washington, D.C.
Broadcom Masters is a leading science and engineering competition for middle school students in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
Across the country, these students participate in affiliated science fairs, and the top 10% of these participants are nominated for the Broadcom Masters competition.
From over 6,000 online applicants, 30 finalists are selected to come here to present their projects and compete in a variety of science, technology, engineering, and math-oriented challenges.
This free event, happening today on October 29th at the National Geographic Society, is open to all members of the public.
Today, we'll be interviewing finalists about their projects, which range from environmental sustainability to medical diagnostics through phone-based applications.
Let's get started.
My name is Eleanor Sigrest. I'm from Woodbridge, Virginia, and my project title is Rockets and Nozzles and Thrusts of Mine.
So, can you give us a general description of what your project is about?
Sure. So my project is about cold gas rocket nozzles, and those are commonly used on extravehicular activity packs, EVA packs, and more recently and more importantly, on reusable first-stage rockets like SpaceX's and Blue Origin's as horizontal stabilizers. And that's when I first learned about cold gas rocket nozzles. And cold gas rocket nozzles are made up of main components like the chamber, the convergence section, which compresses and accelerates the gas, the throat, which is where the gas meets sonic or subsonic velocity, and the divergence section, which is where the gas expands and accelerates even further. For the gas, for the nozzle to have an optimum thrust, the pressure at the exit has to be equal to atmospheric pressure. For this to happen, you need something called the expansion ratio. The expansion ratio is the area of the exit over the area of the throat. Here's where the alpha comes in, and the alpha is what I'm testing. The alpha is the divergence section half angle of a cold gas rocket nozzle. It is what determines the engineering trade-offs of the nozzle. If you have a wider alpha, then you're going to have more off-axis thrust, but it's going to be a shorter nozzle. If you have a narrower alpha, then you're going to have a longer and heavier nozzle, but less off-axis thrust. Most scientists rely on rules of thumb for an alpha between 12 and 18 degrees, deciding that 15 degrees is the best compromise for the length and thrust the nozzle produces. My experiment is attempting to put some science behind those rules of thumb. During my experiment, I found that 20 degrees, not 15 degrees, is the best compromise, therefore disproving my hypothesis.
Okay. Where did you get the inspiration for this particular project?
This particular project, the inspiration started when I saw SpaceX trying to re-land their first stage for the first time. And I saw it touch down and then just started tipping. And it started tipping and there was this huge burst of exhaust and I was like, what the heck is that? What is it doing there? What's it doing? Why is it doing it? And I learned that it was a cold gas rocket nozzle and it's trying to keep the first stage from tipping. And that's when I got curious, how can I make it stronger? What can I do to help?
So that's the problem you want to address.
Yes. I want to help the space race. I want to be the first person on Mars, so that's my goal. So
that's really good. Okay. So did you have any mentors who helped you with this project?
Yes. My sister is up at MIT and she gave me the contacts of the rocket club there, and I was able to talk with them about what they're doing. They're of course doing explosives. I'm not allowed to do that because my mom's like, no explosives on the kitchen table, guys, none. So I'm doing cold gas rocket nozzles, and I was able to see what they did and say, oh, this would be good for my experiment. That's not so much what I'm trying to do. And I was able to gather information from online resources in them and put together my experiment.
Okay, can you talk about some of the problems you encountered?
The problems I encountered? Okay. So there were multiple problems, but I think the biggest one was that when I first compared my theoretical results and my experimental, something was way off and I didn't know what it was. When I went back and looked at my data, I had built my nozzles for 100 psi. I was only attaining 40 psi, which means my nozzles were something called overexpanded, where the pressure at the exit is less than the atmospheric pressure. And this literally compresses the gas and makes it produce less thrust than an optimum nozzle. So then I recalculated my theoretical results for the overexpanded case, and I found my experimental and theoretical results were much closer. And that was my main problem, but other than that, there were like a few bumps here.
How did you get the equipment for your apparatus?
The apparatus, Most of the stuff I found online, like the pressure sensor, the temperature sensor, load cell, that was all from DigiKey and Adafruit, but some I got from Microsensor. The gases I got from Robert's Oxygen, the bar stop, and to build my apparatus, I got from Master Car. The hose is just from Home Depot. So, a combination of places.
And then you 3D printed these?
Yes, my uncle has a 3D printer, and after I built my nozzles, I sent him the CAD designs, and he was able to print them out. So these are the actual ones. You can see 20 degrees is the shortest, 10 degrees is the tallest, and this is the cutaway, so you can see all the different parts.
And then that's your, did you make that on AutoCAD?
This right here, I
Yes.
did it on Onshape, which is the online CAD program.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Last thing, what advice would you have for other students doing science projects?
What advice? Man, that's a good question. I would say choose something you're interested in. If you choose something you're really interested in, then it's going to be awesome. You're going to have a blast, you're going to learn so much, and it's really going to be a fun learning experience for you. If you choose something that your parents want you to do, then it's really going to end up becoming a parent project, and they're like, oh, do this, oh, do that, and it's no longer fun anymore, and it's honestly just not fair to the other students around you. So just be optimistic, keep going. There's going to be problems. Murphy's going to happen. He's going to hit you. So just keep going and go with your gut and have fun.
That's awesome.
Hi, my name is Kyan. I'm from Chantilly, Virginia, and my project title is Eye Diagnostic for MDD, Invention of Early Detection.
Okay, what is your project about?
So I invented an app called Eye Diagnostic to help doctors diagnose depression. It consists of a psychometric evaluation, which has like 8 question and answer statements, which is consistent with current depression diagnostic techniques, and Eye Diagnostic, which is an MRI-based assessment in which the doctor inputs data to obtain the percentage, the likelihood of whether the patient has depression.
Where did you find the inspiration for this project?
Well, my grandfather on my father's side developed a shrinkage in a part of the brain called the cerebellum, which is used for learned rote movements. And in 2011, during my mom's brain surgery, I met world-renowned neurosurgeons Dr. Rafael Tamargo and Dr. Benjamin Carson. And so they showed me the highest level of patient care and medical research. And I was really in awe of the doctors' mastery of the brain, leading to my mom's full recovery. And that event really expanded my horizons into medical research.
That's great. That's really cool. Did you encounter any problems while you were conducting your research or designing your project?
Yeah. So I gathered 135 peer-reviewed medical research papers, published from 2000 to 2015, and I extracted 7,000 patients and 7,000 age and gender matched control subjects. And from there, I tried to correlate the shrinkages or expansions of different parts of the brain to depression. First, I tried linear regression, but that didn't work because I was searching for a probability which is bounded between 0 and 100, but 0 and 1. But linear regression is not bounded between 0 and 1. It's negative infinity to positive infinity. So then I tried machine learning, and so I exported my Access database into a CSV file and uploaded it to the website. I then used various algorithms to train the website to detect clusters and anomalies in the data. But that didn't work because the interface of the machine learning algorithm and the app remains challenging. So then, this was 5 months in my science fair, and that was my toughest roadblock with these two methods. And so then, unexpectedly, in my Algebra 2 math class, my math teacher, Ms. Broccoli, taught us about complex logarithms and Euler's coefficient E. I learned E had many applications in finance, probability theory, and regression. So I immediately set out to research logistic regression, which is used to produce a binary dependent variable, such as 1 or 0, Trump or Hillary, or MDD or healthy. So that's what gave me the breakthrough to use binary logistic regression to tackle this problem.
Okay, did you have any mentors who helped you with this project?
Yeah, so I had a mentor, a previous neurologist at Johns Hopkins Medical Institute helped me, and a current doctor at Georgetown University Hospital also helped me along this project.
So what did they do for you in the process?
They helped me analyze these 15 different independent variables and really get the medical background of my project.
Okay, that's
and also also in my app, I included a feedback button for doctors to give advice.
Oh, great. What advice would you have for other students who are doing science projects?
I think it's really to get your hands messy, to explore different branches of science, do what you really love, like explore physics, chemistry, biology, and once you have a working knowledge in all these fields, it's really easy to connect the dots and create something that better helps humanity.
I'm Subramanian, and I did a study of hydrophobic superabsorbent polymers and their effectiveness in organic waste extraction, and I live currently in Reno, Nevada.
Okay, so can you tell us what your project is about? Just an overview.
Yeah, sure. So basically what I wanted to do is I wanted to take an experimental technology called a hydrophobic superabsorbent polymer and see if it could be used for organic waste extraction. And I did several tests in water, and if it was testing successfully, I wanted to identify any problems with it, and if so, I wanted to try and address those problems with hopefully a biodegradable SAP.
Okay, what problem does it address?
So over 180 million tons of organic waste is dumped into waterways by the United States alone every single year. So this is a very prevalent problem, and only 1 in 8 people worldwide don't have access to drinking water, and so that is very little. So that, as a result, I wanted to try and address this problem in an environmentally friendly and effective manner, and the majority of solutions that currently exist are not very effective, and they can't clean up many different types of organic waste. For example, there are the dispersants that were used in the BP oil spill that were later found out to increase toxicity by 52-fold. And there also are skimmers, which are not very effective. So that's why I wanted to try and come up with a better way that could be more effective.
Okay. What gave you this inspiration?
Okay, so actually last year what I did is I tried to create a biodegradable surfactant that could be used for oil spills. And while it was successfully created, unfortunately I felt that it was too limited because it would only be able to be used in the sea with waves so that it can actually work, and using actually just on oil spills, not on any sort of organic waste. Also recently they found out that the process that surfactants use, which is creating these small oil droplets called micelles, and using these oil droplets and dispersing them into the water so that then bioremediation can occur from oil degrading bacteria, that is now found out to be ineffective. And actually, from the BP oil spill, scientists have found that from the seabed that a lot of oil is trapped there. So unfortunately, there aren't really any good solutions that can be used to actually extract the oil in the case of an oil spill, or to address any of the other organic waste problems that we have. So that's why when I came across this new technology, less than 2% of SAP superabsorbent polymers that exist are hydrophobic, and of those only 2 are commercially available. So when I found out about those, I thought, what if these could be used for organic waste extraction? And so that's why I decided to test it.
Okay, did you have a mentor in this process?
Actually, I had the privilege of working with the Colorado School of Mines for my actual work, and I required their lab for me to do the testing, and also for the gas chromatograph that I used for dissolved waste results. But I got help from Dr. Christopher Higgins, and he assigned me 2 postdocs, Dr. Aniela Brandt and Mr. Carl Urchin. And I also got to interview several different people, including Miss Tracy Libby from Thermo Fisher and Dr. Roshan from Colorado School of Mines.
What problems did you encounter when you were designing your project or testing?
Okay, so actually, one of the major problems was just to get the lab used, but when I got that, it was fairly simple. The other problem I encountered was actually getting hold of Case 100, since it's only one of 2 that exist, so that's why it's pretty hard to actually get a hold of enough to test. But once that was done, testing was pretty straightforward. The other problems that were faced were with the biodegradable SAP. One of the main problems that I faced when I was actually trying to create it was the cost of the cross-linker that I used. For only 50 milligrams, which is barely anything, it cost $200. And so I couldn't create nearly enough to test to see if it was effective. But fortunately, right now I'm working with companies to try and get more of the cross-linker to create more of my biodegradable SAP. And I also am looking at more alternatives to it that might be cheaper and more effective.
So, in regards to having a monetary obstacle, what advice would you give to other students doing projects who don't have access or don't have the money for resources?
Okay, I would say just do whatever you want to do, and if you cannot actually afford it, then you can always look for another alternative. And even then, with my project, even though I couldn't get the actual crossing for me to use during my project, that was okay because I was still able to do that first part. So make sure that if you're actually planning a science fair project, you have several backup options. And also, if you're planning to get reagents, try and get them as soon as possible rather than waiting until much later, because if you wait until much later, then it won't be as effective. So.
Do you have any other advice for students doing science projects?
If you don't know what field you're planning to do, just try out all of them. Just see whatever you're interested in: biology, chemistry, material science, computer science, the like. And whichever one you're interested in, just go with that and stick with it. So if you like chemistry more, then every year just try out chemistry. But if you want to try something new, you can try out biology or whatever other field, and that'll also help with your career path. I've learned so much from my science fair project I couldn't have just learned at school, and so that's really cool.
Hi guys, my name is Nikolai Ortiz. I'm from Corpus Christi, Texas, and my project was finding a solution to heavy metal water pollution.
Okay, so what's a general overview of the project?
General overview. Okay, alright, let me remove this. Alright, so last year through my science fair project, I discovered that the greatest source of heavy metal water pollution in my hometown of Corpus Christi, Texas was found in the runoff water coming from our local highways and roads. And that this runoff water flows directly, unfiltered, into our natural water supplies. So this year for my science fair project, I want to try to find an eco-friendly, non-toxic, inexpensive, natural filter media that can remove heavy metals and decrease acidity and polluted runoff water. After performing over 800 tests and several months of research, I found that materials like magnesium oxide, calcite crystals, and molten shells work the best. In the future, I would like to use these materials that I found most effective in this study to design and build water filtration systems that can be used in coastal, lakeside, and river communities, and additionally in third world countries.
Okay, can you talk about what inspired you to give this?
Of course. So actually, my science fair training comes from a very long path. I've been doing science fair ever since I was in kindergarten. So I first started science fair in kindergarten because my sister has asthma, and I would love to play outside with her, but she could never play outside with me because of her asthma attacks. So I wanted to figure out, where in town she could play with me without getting sick. And that air pollution study about particulate matter just kind of led me to a series of air pollution, and soil pollution, and air pollution again, then even bacteria, and then eventually heavy metal water pollution. And when I was thinking about doing something with water pollution because I figured out that 2 out of the 10 most polluted water sources in the state of Texas were right in my backyard, pretty much. And that's where I swim, play, and that's where all my friends go and everything. And after reading about the side effects of heavy metal water pollution, I just really got inspired and I want to do something about it.
Can you talk about the problems you encountered when you were doing this?
Oh my goodness, I had so many problems. I think a common misconception is that science fair is just a one and done, no problems, no no questions asked. No, it was a very long process. My first thing was, oh my goodness, where do I even begin with this? Okay, getting the actual sulfate, copper and sulfate and lead nitrate solutions. These were so difficult to get because of like, you know, and it's a good thing that they're difficult to get, but what I originally wanted to test was cadmium and lead because that's what I found on the roads last year for my science fair project. But I wasn't able to get cadmium, probably on the FBI watch list now. We're trying to order cadmium from like several different sites, but you know what, it's okay. So I did an alternate of copper and lead, and through several different tries, this took a really long time to get this stuff. Second problem, okay, time. Time is my biggest problem. I had to perform over 800 tests in 3 months. Now I know this doesn't sound like a big deal, but take this in perspective. These tests took me 7 to 10 minutes to perform each, depending on how productive I was being. And I performed over 800 of them. So this took a really long time to do. And my last problem was probably just, I don't know. I'm just displaying this to the public and getting the public to understand how big of an issue this is. In my hometown of Corpus Christi, not a lot of people know about heavy metal water pollution or environmental pollution at all. So it's really difficult to try to get this message across to people that this is a really important problem that we need to solve.
Did you have any mentors, and how did they help you?
No, I did not have a scientific mentor. Closest to a mentor that I had would be my mom. She was very patient with me. She watched me as I was performing these procedures to make sure I wasn't burning my eyes out or anything like that. And also, she drove me around places. She bought me all the materials that I needed for this project, which, by the way, is my Christmas, birthday, everything combined, present together. So, best birthday gift ever. But, and yeah, so she was really supportive of me doing this project.
What advice would you have for other students doing science fair projects?
Okay, stick with what you love. You don't have to do an engineering project. You don't have to do a certain type of science fair project in order to have a great science fair. I mean, this is just something that I'm really, really passionate about, and I really, really love doing. And I feel like as long as you're passionate about what you do, stay true to yourself, and really just be enthusiastic and have a good time, science fair is going to be a great experience for you.
Can you just give an overview of your project?
So basically, this is my windmill. It is basically made out of discarded materials. I went dumpster diving for about 2 or 3 weeks, and I found all of this. I found some cardboard, some duct tape, some copper wire, a bicycle rim, a bearing, DC motor, and a voltage meter.
Can you talk about the results of your experiment?
So basically, I noticed that the angular blades did a much better job at performing voltage because of Bernoulli's principle. Bernoulli's principle is when the air has to go faster around the blade to get to the other side for a lower pressure, higher speed. So it has to go faster around this little gap right here to get to the other side. So that created more speed. And the angular blades actually lit up 3 LED bulbs, bright as a bulb, and the perpendicular blades produced 1 LED bulb with half a dim light. So the angular blades are automatically better.
Okay, did you encounter any projects when you were designing or testing?
So basically, I noticed that when the air went into the perpendicular blades, the blades went flat. It had nowhere to go. So I had to kind of maneuver it and make it a little bit angular, but I'd still call that 90 degrees. It's just a little bit of a manufacturing. But also, having the car the same distance away from the windmill, because it could have gone closer, it could have gone faster. You never know what the car could have done. So, yeah.
So, what problem does your project solve?
It solves the effectiveness of fossil fuels. Fossil fuels need to be eliminated right now. The amount of years that fossil fuels take to grow and actually develop, they are burnt away in a second. So we need to eliminate fossil fuels and harness as much stored energy
as we can, because that energy is being lost.
What gave you the inspiration for this project?
So I was in Sweetwater, Texas, going to the Junior Olympics, and I saw wind farms. There were tons of windmills out there in farms. So I researched all about windmills on the ground and windmills being passed by some kind of train or car or something like that, and nothing came up. So I decided that if nothing came up, then I'd make it work. So I proceeded my project, I built it, I tested it, and finally something came up. It was me.
Do you have any mentors?
I had my dad. He's an excellent builder. He helped me drill the holes, helped me with every single step of the way. Also, my teacher, Ms. Bookvault, thank you for that. She's my 9th grade teacher. I'm in 7th grade, even though I'm still practicing with her. She helped me every step of the way, and she helped me be here right now.
So you mentioned you got all these like from dumpster diving. How would you recommend that other students can like overcome that obstacle of money when finding resources for a project?
If you're making a prototype, make it out of nothing. Go dumpster diving, go find the least materials you need, and find everything that you need under less than 20 bucks. All right? Go do that.
And would you have any other pieces of advice for students doing science fair projects?
Definitely, if something doesn't work, try it again. Try it with different materials. And if you think, oh, it's just not going to work, I'm going to switch projects, make it work. Just do everything you can to possibly get that output that you deserve.
Okay, great.
We had a fantastic time interviewing finalists at the Broadcom Masters Showcase, and hope that you enjoyed and were inspired by all of their amazing projects. If you'd like to learn more about Broadcom Masters, read about each finalist and their project, or see a full list of winners, just follow the links in the description below. If you'd like to rewatch interviews with specific finalists from this video, you can find links to those timecodes on the screen and in the description as well. We sincerely hope to create more videos in which we attend events like this in the future, but until then, you can check out our channel to watch our upcoming videos all about designing your own complex science fair experiments at home. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you in the next video.